The man convicted in one of New York's most notorious crime sprees has now been sentenced to life in prison without parole. Rex Heuermann admits to killing 7 women along with an 8th whose death he is not charged with over a span of nearly 2 decades. Senior correspondent Laura Ingle has been following this case from the beginning as live for us there outside of the courthouse on Long Island. So, Laura, family members of some of the victims addressing Heuermann and the court before that punishment was handed down. What all did we hear?
Nichole, I've got to tell you, I've done a lot of these, covering these cases and being in there for victim impact statements, but I have never seen or felt anything like this. It was wall to wall inside of that courtroom. We had multiple overflow courtrooms where people were listening. It was extremely powerful, emotionally charged, at moments filled with rage, as the victims' family members were able to stand up one after the other and go into the well of the court, meaning they got to go into that doorway where you got to stand inside of the court, and they looked directly at Rex Heuermann as they said their words. And at one point, one of the victims' daughters had said, sisters, excuse me, had said, you know, it's okay, you can look at me while I talk to you. She was filled with rage, and she has a good reason to be, because she was one of the young victims during all of this that he taunted. He used a victim's cell phone to call one of the sisters and taunt her. And we heard for the first time what he said on that call, and it's not even fit for our air, but it was something new that we learned in court today. And then afterwards, we heard from Rex Heuermann in court as well. He spoke very briefly, saying that he knew that anything he was going to say would be meaningless. Take a listen to one of the victim's daughters who spoke after court about what this moment meant to her today.
This has been a long day coming, and from this day forward, stop saying his name, stop putting his face everywhere. Put the girl's face, put their names, and make it known that we are the ones who live on for them. Rex will never matter, and he is nothing to us, and it should be nothing to any of you.
So right now, we are waiting to find out when Rex Heuermann will leave here in Suffolk County. We've heard it's going to be relatively quickly, where he's going to go to a state prison. We've talked a lot about how he's going to be talking to the FBI. I do want to play you some really powerful words from the judge, because I've never seen anything like it. Once this was all over, you know, the judge looked at him, and Rex didn't say he was sorry for what he had done. He said, I know that you were sorry you got caught, but aren't you sorry just a little bit? Here's what the judge told Rex.
I assume that you're sorry for what you've done to your wife and children. Are you a little bit sorry for what you did to these poor innocent women? 8 women that you strangled to death, at least 8 that we know of. Are you at least a little bit sorry for that? Yes?
Yes, I am.
You know what? You've been described as a very big man. But you're a disgusting and despicable small man, if you're a man at all. And you're a coward.
And just after that moment, Nichole, there were victims' family members who stood up and applauded, which was not admonished at all. And as he said, at the very end, the judge said, get him out of here. And everybody started clapping even more and chanting, ogre, 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 which was something that he was described as an ogre when they were first looking for him. That was one of the descriptions. But an incredibly powerful moment for these families who have waited so long.
Oh, absolutely, Laura. So what is next now that he'll be behind bars?
Say that again?
What is next now that he'll be behind bars?
Sorry about that. Had some interference. Yeah, so right now he is going to be headed off to his prison, his state prison. And here is the big moment that we're waiting for. Because of the way the law works in New York, his DNA cannot go into the federal system known as CODIS until he is sentenced. That's today. Now we wait. I asked the district attorney about that last week, about how long this is going to take to see if he might be tied to any other cases throughout the country. That DNA goes to the FBI. They analyze it. They're going to put it into their system. And now we wait. we wait to see. And there are many people throughout the victim impact statements today said, we know that there's more. A lot of people believe that there could be more victims. We are going to have to wait and see. But that's going to be the next shoe to drop. We're waiting for him to go into CODIS.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.